That was a very tough loss to take against a really good team. Tennessee's obviously outstanding. You look at their resume in terms of being 12 in the RPI, you can see why. They're just so physical and really play tough and very smart offensively. They really hurt us inside. But I thought, we had some great opportunities in the first half. We had the lead 20-13 and got sped up with, the excitement of the game. We had 25-17 lead and didn't handle well. And I thought in the first half we had those leads. They did a good job getting us from foul trouble. They were going at us, and we got to be able to play without fouling. We had our opponent shoot 16 foul shots in the first half to our 5. And that was the big difference in the first half, was just too many fouls. We had a couple of tough breaks. I thought we had a great defensive possession where Daniel, I think it was, banked one in 30-27 when we had the lead with, no time left on the shot clock. The second half, I thought they really took it at us physically inside. They scored on us inside, and they hurt us on the glass early in the second half. And we got a little impatient. Where the first half we shot a very high percentage. Second half we only shot 28% from the field, and they shot 68. So, it's a tough lesson, and we've got to learn from this adversity now and bounce back against a very talented LSU team coming up Saturday. Questions?
Coach Howland, you talk about how do you get you guys? What did you tell you guys in the locker room? How do you overcome this?
I mean, we bounce back. I mean, there's no choice. It's a bitter defeat at home in our last home game, and a chance to really, have a great opportunity to beat a really good team on your home floor, which would have really helped us for the NCAA tournament, obviously. It didn't happen. Not only did it not happen, they beat us handily, and we've got to learn from it. I mean, you learn by watching the film. You learn by everybody looking inward what we could do better, and we bounce back. And that's what you always do in the face of adversity in life and in basketball.
You mentioned Tennessee getting into the paint with the ball in the second half. What adjustment was made to make that happen?
I thought that we just didn't do as good a job as we did in the first half at pressing down on them. Like a couple of times we forgot to they're having a guy up there with his hands where I was complaining about, kind of it being a moving screen. He was coming off it, but they're getting to the elbows and looking right inside. And we talked about it, we worked on it, but didn't do a good enough job, and they kept getting inside, and Schofield in particular. Schofield absolutely murdered us inside with his post-ups and easy scores. And, he's a really good player. I mean, he's an all-league player, no question.
Not a lot of production from the duel tonight. What did you see from him?
Well, I thought that, rebounding-wise, I was surprised, and it's been the last 2 games. But, he's blocking out, he's working hard, and which is a horse you're keeping up to glass. I thought Williams, when you look at his overall stats, I mean, he had 4 assists, which is the biggest number stands out, but 8.7 rebounds. We did a decent job there. That's who he's matched up with. Scoring-wise, he's catching the ball, and they're covering down, and he's trying to dribble. He had multiple opportunities where he's catching. He's got to realize he's going to have 1 dribble against a team that dribbles down max. And he's learning. He's a freshman. This is against a really good team, and I'm just hoping that his hip will be okay. And he sustained a hip pointer, and I still have got to find out to what extent it is, because the doctor hadn't looked at it yet when we were talking to the team after the game. But he battled and he fought hard, and he'll bounce back. He's a great kid.
You mentioned plays like that Daniel bank shot. I mean, do you feel like they were winning just some of those 50-50 plays over you guys?
I'd have to review the film. I didn't think so in the first half at all. I thought we really battled and were very good. I just thought there were a couple of shots, and we had a couple of tough breaks. Q had a layup in the first half where we're up 2 that puts us up 4 that just doesn't go in. He doesn't finish that he normally finishes. And I thought that what they did. And we were up 25. How much time was left in the game? I mean, we're up 25-17. And from that point forward, we really struggled to score. And I thought they switched the ball screens. And instead of attacking the big, we were too content with pulling up and shooting jump shots. And that's exactly what you want. You want the big to guard you so you can penetrate and go by them and, compress and the defense. So, yeah, it was 25-17 with 9:44. So we scored the rest of the game with 54 total. So, from that point forward, we struggled offensively.
Why do you think that was?
I thought that we got a little impatient and started taking some, like 23s against this team tonight is too many threes. And when we do drive, we got to keep driving. I mean, that's where we're at our best. And getting to the foul line. Tonight we got to the foul line, 16 times, and that's not enough. Especially in the first half, only 5. But in the second half, we got there a little bit more. But like we had a couple plays where we're right there and have a chance, and we're shooting. We're just settling for guarded threes rather than attacking. And they were hand checking a little bit, and I thought maybe we didn't respond well to that by being physical and taking it at them.
What can be done to get the forwards going a little bit? Abdul and Eric have had less than usual games the last couple of times.
Yeah, they got to bounce back.
Coach, how do you fix that fine line between attacking and being too impatient? You want to stay on the attack, but you also want to get too impatient. How do you balance
Well,
that?
the biggest thing is understanding time and score. And I thought that in the first half when we had a 7-point lead a couple of times, I thought we didn't handle it as well as we want to, especially when you have things rolling. And that's something that we'll continue to learn.
Ben, what's your view of the job Rick Barnes has done? I know he's getting tossed around. His name is for various Coach of the Year honors and things of that.
Yeah, I think it'd be very well deserved. I mean, to do what he's done there speaks to the fact that he's done it everywhere he's been. And, they have a really good team, and a team that, if you told me they advanced deep in the NCAA tournament, it wouldn't surprise anybody. They are very tough. They have depth. They have those 2 bulls that are undersized, that are hard to match up with in Schofield. And they run a lot of nice sets and plays that get them the ball, and they shoot it really well. I mean, like you look at, Daniel is a very, very good shooter, and Turner. I mean, Daniel is, led the country in scoring last year. Turner, I mean, they're both 43%. I think Bowden is a very good shooter. So they have really good perimeter shooters combined with really good players that can score around the basket and are hard to match up with a lot of times because of their girth and their physicality and their quickness. But he's done a great job. I mean, I think he'd be very deserving. And you look at our league this year, you look at him and Bruce, those would be the 2 guys that, would be the top choices for Coach of the Year. And, I'd feel good about them both winning, to be honest.